Hi, and welcome back to DIY Bath, Body, and Home. In this episode, I'll be showing you how to make your own fizzing bath bombs. You can get everything you need for this project at Glory Bee, and I'll be providing their contact info at the end of the video. I was just so excited when I learned how to make these because they're so much cheaper than the store-bought kind and they're just very easy to make, surprisingly so. So the first ingredient you need is 2 cups of baking soda. So 2 cups of that. The next ingredient will be 2/3 cup of citric acid. That's what causes the fizzing in these. So I've got the citric acid. The next ingredient is soluble dextrose. That's kind of a fragrance fixative that'll make your fragrance last longer. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons. And I'll just mix this up real well. Make sure you break up any solid chunks you see there. Okay, so this is the dry ingredients phase of this project. Next, you're going to mix up your liquid ingredients. The first liquid ingredient is going to be 5 tablespoons of sweet almond oil. This way your bath bombs not only fizz, but they're moisturizing too. The next liquid ingredient will be your colorant. I'm using Popsicle Purple Gel Tone. Gel tones are mostly natural colorant. They're made with mineral micas as well as a few other ingredients. So I'll just add a few drops here. Basically, you can color it however much you want. It's totally up to you. So the gel tone isn't completely oil soluble, but it'll mix in later when you mix your liquid ingredients with your dry. The next thing I'm going to add is my essential oils. I'm going to do an herbal blend of rosemary and lavender. So I'll add a teaspoon of each of these. That is just a nice, refreshing herbal smell coming out of that mixture. Okay, so you've mixed your dry ingredients and your liquid ingredients. You're going to mix them together now, and you want to do it real quickly so that the dry ingredients don't start to fizz. So just pour them in there, and then just use your hands to just dig in there. Mix them up. You just want to make sure all the dry ingredients get wet with the oil. Just keep working your hands through, breaking up any chunks, making sure it's all about the same consistency. As you can see, the amount of colorant I used didn't do a whole lot, so it's just got kind of a light lavender tinge. If you want more color, just add more colorant. And you want to get it to about this consistency where you can see if I take a handful and squeeze it, it stays in about the same shape. Okay, once you've got it all mixed, you're going to come over here. I've got this scalloped metal mold, and I've pre-oiled it with the sweet almond oil, just like you would a muffin pan. So I'm going to take a little bit of my mixture, press it just real firmly, pack it in there, about halfway full, so you can get it smashed down real compactly. Then fill it the rest of the way up, just pushing down as hard as you can. Then you do the same thing until you've used up all of your mixture. Okay, now that you've put all your mixture into your mold, and you've made sure it's packed down real compactly, you're just gonna flip it over and bang it real hard onto this cookie sheet with wax paper. You can see that you've just put all of your... See, some of them have crumbled a little bit, so you can push them together, or if you want to just start over, you can put them back in the mold. But if you just kind of push them together, fill in the cracks with your hands, once they harden, they'll just seal up those cracks and it'll be fine. It takes about 48 hours for these to completely harden, so you want to put them just on top of your refrigerator or somewhere out of reach. And then you'll be able to package them. I like to use Glory Bee's shrink bags. I put the two halves together to make a round ball, put them in a shrink bag and just heat it real quick with the blow dryer, and it makes a real nice way to package it. Just to show you how these are gonna work, I'm just gonna put some of this in the water. That's what'll happen in your bathtub. It'll release the nice fragrance of the rosemary and lavender and soothe your skin at the same time. Again, you can get everything you need for this project at Glory Bee. You can reach their natural product sales department at 1-800-456-7923, or you can visit them online at glorybeefoods.com. Thanks so much for joining us on this episode of DIY Bath, Body, and Home, and we'll see you next time.